Alrighty, see? While you point out the very specific pattern, which is beyond any coincidence, this is the mental illness exposed by the entity that is indeed. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is engaged in the policing in Hesperia, California. This is occurring with regard to what is criminal conduct over the scar. What is over Walmart is relevant with regard to what is targeting, and it's very specific. It's not ambiguous whatsoever. Also with the demons who are crossing path under a fake sun. It is currently 2:21 p.m. The entity's keeping a fake sun over me while I remain at Tracy Banks's apartment 51 in Ontario, California. I'm documenting the maintenance of a light source over me while the LAPD engaged in the same conduct, readily identifiable. There's no sun, which is also documented at the same time for the duration of the day at Alvarado Gardens in Los Angeles, California. While the entity is listening to me expose the public corruption that Walmart is engaging in, it engages in the very foolish conduct. Let me be clear, everybody working in Walmart is subject to federal prison. Okay, very easily exposed and documented. It is currently 2:22 p.m. The entity is keeping a fake sun over me while I am at San Diego's Fairfield by Marriott. After leaving the San Diego Police Department at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I am returning to the Fairfield by Marriott, and my placement there and the light source over me is a matter of documentation. This is speaking to the intent to engage in federal group stalking and monitoring with a population mindful of the evidence that I'm exposing, and the entity, that's the demons, very unintelligent, repeat that conduct as they do so to their own demise. Who's going to federal prison for group stalking in helicopters? The people of the state of California. 7JXN026 is going to federal prison. That's a Latina female group stalking, and so is this demon right in the path while the entity's group stalking with helicopter. The demon driving the Brosnan vehicle is going to federal prison. License plate, they're group stalking in the path with light activity. License 9KXR236. Okay, and I documented plenty of people, but I'm going to document this one in this video. They're going to federal prison. This is P.O.C. and so is 8UIH728. Federal prison under the fake sun with the entity that's using helicopters to engage in psychological torture and terrorism with Walmart at 11896. Fake sun is moving over me in the back of the parking lot while the entity is crossing path in helicopter to the entrance of the Walmart that's engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring in concert with the population, who are the people. And this is yet another entity of that is Walmart that's engaged in group stalking with the corrupt government using helicopters in particular. Okay, so the entity is engaging in what is not only terrorism, but they are going to federal prison for that. This is not the sun. That's not the natural environment, and that's impossible. And everything happening in that is accomplishing criminal monitoring. That's an overweight demon. And they like to, in California, talk about Black Lives Matter, and they're lying. Okay, they're engaging in criminal conduct with corrupt law enforcement agencies and doing so in what are clearly tacky methods, what you see. But this is a demon that's group stalking as a population. They're all group stalking as one while the fake sun remains over me, moving over Walmart. See, that's not the sun. Moving over Walmart in real time, where the entity is at the same time in 2:24 in the afternoon. I'm at Fairfield by Marriott in San Diego. I am literally on the freeway driving toward Las Vegas, Nevada, while I'm stationary remaining in Hesperia, never extending byaond what is Hesperia here. That's called crossing a path and light activity by the cart that's blinking. 9LDN424. And there is no sun that is going to be over Walmart in Hesperia. This is a light source that's over Walmart that is a fully exposed and heavily documented terrorist group stalking with the government that uses helicopters over the Walmarts throughout Southern California, including Burbank, including Ontario, including Upland, to name a few. And as I documented that on the podcast, the entity repeated that pattern of conduct, okay, in the specific environment. Impossible Light, while 8TIJ319, that's impunity with the state that's stalking in helicopter, and that is indeed federal prison. This is going to be added onto the podcast because these third parties are indeed acting as the state that engages in the very foolish and fully exposed pattern of conduct, including helicopters. This is the same criminal system that's underway while this demon and the fake sun was over the side of this hotel while I was at that hotel is still engaged in a pattern of conduct right now. Turning the vehicle lights on and off is a method of light activity with impunity. I already documented them, and they're going to federal prison. Engaging in surveillance parked on the side of the Hawthorne Suites and Inns. This is the P.O.C. underway in Hesperia, where there is no sun that's going to be over the San Diego's Fairfield by Marriott, okay? And there's also no sun that's going to be over me while I'm on the 215 driving north into the state of Nevada, where the entity is keeping the fake sun again, through my sunroof as I documented it while I am en route driving toward Las Vegas, Nevada, but I'm remaining in Hesperia, driving around to all the venues, and the entity's keeping the fake sun over me, including over La Quinta Inn from as 9:02 a.m. till after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The entity's keeping the fake sun over me as I'm documenting while I'm in Upland, California, and I'm documenting the entity keeping the fake sun over me in Upland, California, coming from Woodside Senior Apartments. This is not outside over the parking lot of Woodside Senior Apartments. This is not over Alvarado Gardens, and it's not the natural environment. None of this light activity is coexisting with that, and all of it is relevant and instrumental. It's integral with regard to the pattern of conduct, and the entity that's monitoring evidence engages in the foolish behavior that you just witnessed will repeat that criminal pattern of conduct. Jeremy Dean is fully engaged in that pattern of conduct. This is a demon that's going to be prosecuted criminally. That third party's license plate is already on the record, and they're going to federal prison. That's an overweight Latino male, or perhaps Samoan. This is olive skin 9BGX623. He's still monitoring right now while he makes a U-turn. He's going to federal prison. He's group stalking with the entity. The San Bernardino County Fire Department is group stalking. The entity is the entity is group stalking through the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department using helicopters in the sky space under the fake sun that you see on video moving over me, which is the P.O.C. by a population group stalking with every license plate that I documented in this video is subject to federal prison, and Walmart is going to be subject to a civil and criminal prosecution. Walmart's engaged in heavily documented state surveillance. They are a malicious actor engaging in the state's pattern of conduct in the state of California, wherein it is identified through the malicious engagement of an unnatural environment, doing so with a population 9FVT399. License 9EVB544, license 9ABR973. This is criminal surveillance while they maintain presence in the path under the fake sun that remains over you everywhere that you travel. And while they do that, impossible light moves all across surfaces. Those are demons. Those are demons engaged in the POC. Pumping on his brakes is light activity by a demon, 9ABR973, and that's also federal prison, okay? That's POC. It's currently 2:28 p.m., documenting the people who are indeed going to federal prison. This is DUNIA Plaza. This whole plaza is going to be prosecuted. This is the same plaza that was group stalking at nightfall, where San Bernardino County, the same government body, the same government actor sounding sirens while I'm documenting an over-the-hill demon molesting me with impossible light while she's group stalking in her vehicle at nightfall at what was the Chili's restaurant, which is right over here in relevant position. They were group stalking in the same way. Right now it's under the fake sun as you see it. At nightfall it's with the same engineered light while the demons are making money group stalking. There's no sun that's over the Walmart. It's remaining over me as I look at that Walmart in the same video. This is POC. Okay, it's also not in San Diego, California, over Fairfield by Marriott. That's not the sun. And it's also not stationary, rising and setting while I live and worked at Alvarado Gardens. That's a specific environment where a population of demons are group stalking with the government that provides evidence against them. Jeremy Dean and the rest of the demons of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. A documented kidnapper. Okay, that's the basis of disbanding while they're group stalking, employing helicopters in doing so. The entity is group stalking in the sky space with planes over the same parking lot. So let me show you this while 7VHL740 is acting in conformity to that. All right, this is the entity's pattern of conduct of group stalking in the sky space in that specific environment. You can see that. And there it is. That is a white plane. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Impossible light while demons are crossing path. They're group stalking with the demons that are using planes and helicopters over Walmart. While I am in the parking lot of Walmart, they're group stalking together. And that is commercial planes used over the Walmart sky space in the same way group stalking with the use of helicopters, which is the POC. This is what this Ontario International Airport we're engaging in flying over the seniors complex, Woodside Senior Apartments, under the fake sun that remained over Woodside Senior, not over Woodside Senior, over me at Walmart, where planes and helicopters, the same exact hallmark. POC. All right, this is the population that is filled with, again, the demon possessed that are engaging in what is this animalistic, this inhumane targeting system. These are the same demons, demon possessed people who will be eating themselves or be consuming themselves and attacking each other in the streets as their ongoing aggression and inhumanity that's being targeted against their own prosecutor. This is the same entity that's engaging in crimes amongst themselves, amongst each other, attacking each other, which is being sanctioned by the government, who's group stalking with them. It is 2:30 p.m. This is P.O.C. Every third-party license plate in this video is going to federal prison, but I want to be clear, the employees of Walmart are group stalking and engaging in an intentional act, as I document on podcast, that Walmart is engaged in documenting in multiple cities using helicopter. Walmart is intentionally engaging in that with the state who flies over another Walmart in the specific environment with knowledge of that. The workforce of Walmart, federal prison for that. Okay, it's currently, again, 231 for that intentional act of documented psychological torture and terrorism as an entity. Group stalking under a fake sun and an engineered light. All right, POC, it is currently 231. That's 8 BRT 600.